doing my review on the Michael movie, and I'm sorry, bro. That movie was terrible. And this is the sad thing we have to understand is that a movie like this should not be this bad. This is 0 out of 10 for a multitude of reasons, but mostly because this movie has no narrative. It has no story other than Michael Jackson's trying to run away from Joe Jackson. The movie just feels off. When I look at the movie, it's like it's such an obvious cosplay. Everyone's trying to play characters, but never did I believe that any of these guys were the characters they were playing. As good as Jafar Jackson did the voice, as good as his performance was, and I respect him for what he did, because you can see that he tried. He tried real bad, and he did a good job in terms of the performance. But in terms of the writers, they did a terrible job. This movie moves so quick, bro. It moves from 1958, 1960, mostly 1960s, early 1960s. And then all of a sudden we're at 1988. Like, it keeps moving so quickly. Before you know it, the film is over. His story continues. Another issue I had with this film is how it looks. For a film that is supposed to be set in 1960s, 70s, 80s, I'm sorry, that movie looks hella modern, bro. I remember them going through the aisle section. Like they were, and it's like as if Michael was shopping like right here. He's literally just shopping in 2026. And I'm just thinking to myself, this film is so weird, bro. The way they portray Michael. They portray Michael as if he's some, weird kid, you know what I mean? And obviously he was different than every other kid. But they didn't really explain as to why he is that way. And again, they over exaggerated. They over exaggerated the way he is. He's not that way. Because he's got obviously chimpanzee bubbles, and he likes animals. But the way they make it as if he had zero friends, and that's not true. He had friends, but they make it out as if he was just a weirdo, a weird kid. Like, no, he wasn't, bro. I mean, he had friends, but this is the issue when you have lazy films like this. And this is why I said it should be a documentary, is because 2 hours is not enough to talk about his whole story. You got to talk about Brooke Shields. You got to talk about his relationship with Diana Ross, because that shapes him as well. They don't ever talk about really his struggles as being a young star, really. They just say it. Oh, I struggled as a young star. They say everything. Oh, you're going to be great. There was a scene where he's in Thriller, where I think he's about to record a song. It's the first time he transitioned. It's for Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, I feel. He's in the booth and Quincy's telling him, yo, get ready. And then he says, oh, you're the greatest of all time. Are you telling me that before rehearsals he was saying you're the greatest of all time during Off the Wall? Really? No, he wasn't saying that, bro. Everything in this movie is over exaggerated. So many inaccuracies, just lies. The way they portrayed Joe Jackson as if he was this crazy, father. Did he beat his kids? Yes, that's true. But the way they make him out, like they villainize him. Joe Jackson wasn't that bad, bro. I can promise you now. Michael Jackson was scared of him, but it's not to the degree. Like, he wasn't self centered. You know what I mean? It's not like it was all about him and the Jackson 5 and his creation, because that's how they presented it. As if Joe Jackson really didn't care for Michael's solo career and wasn't really interested. He wanted the Jacksons back together and he wanted Michael to perform with them. But they're acting as if Joe Jackson couldn't give a damn about his solo career. He just looks like it. They make Joe Jackson look terrible. I can't believe the Jacksons, because they made this film, Jermaine. I can't believe they made that's the portrayal of their father. If that's how they really see their father, that's fucking sad, bro. Because even Michael Jackson, I don't even think would even approve of that, bro. They made his father look terrible. So, again, the movie's just terrible, and you go to even the child actor who acts as 6-year-old Michael, awful, bro, awful actor. First of all, he couldn't sing because they tried to do some because obviously they used Michael's voiceover, but for the 6-year-old, they gave him like some leeway to sing by himself, and he was awful. It was awful. It was really awful, and his acting was also awful. Didn't look anything like Michael Jackson. You know, and I know he's a kid, the actor, but he's terrible. You know what I mean? And again, you're thinking, you're looking at the Jacksons 5 in it, and I'm looking at them, and I didn't know who was who. I didn't know who was who. Apparently, the girl is Latoya. Okay, where's everyone else though? And how come I don't know any of these who's who? No normal person would have known who's who. Who was Tito in this? Who was Marlon? Was Randy in it? Who was there? Was Jermaine there? Who was Jermaine? Those 5 just look like they just brought 5 guys with afros. They didn't differentiate who was who. No one looked like, you know, no importance towards that. And again, as well, they just skip through everything. There's just so much things that they just skip through. Some of the dialogue as well. That's why I said it's a 0 out of 10, because there's nothing great about this film. Nothing. It's just poor. Apart from the concerts. But again, if you're gonna make a musical, if you're gonna make a musical, because this is my issue. All they did was they recreated everything in those Michael Jackson videos, and that doesn't take creativity. All that makes me think it looks like a parody. It's a parody of Beat It. It's a parody of Thriller. It's a parody of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough video or Billie Jean. It's just a parody. I'm looking at this film and there's nothing that makes it, why should I watch Jafar Jackson perform rather than go home and watch Michael Jackson perform at home on YouTube? I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. So it hurts to see a movie being made for like this just for profit. And I can see why Paris, Janet, I can see why they were looking at this film and they're like, okay, this looks stodgy. This looks crap. I can see why they weren't backing the film. It's a 0 out of 10. No redeeming qualities apart from the fact that Jafar does the voice well. But, other than that, poor.